welcome, folks, back to the Blunt Lab. I'm Al. This is Marcus. What's going on, blood?
How's everybody
Chilling,
feeling?
man. Let's get right on into it, man. You're Miami Heat.
Hey, Jimmy
You're
Bucket.
Miami Heat.
That boy Jim.
But here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say to you. Here's what I'm gonna say to you before we go into this. Yes, Miami is up 3-1.
It's not over.
But you, sir, as a fan, you were not confident enough in your team
to
bet
wager.
my wife.
I don't like to make wagers on NBA playoffs because I'm gonna tell you why. 3-1 2016 Golden State against Cleveland. That messed me up because there's no way that should have happened. And I mean, we've seen 3-1 comebacks, but like that was crazy. And that's why I say this series isn't over by any stretch. Like I feel like Miami needs to go into Game 5. Like they're down 3-1. Like they need to go in and like we need to finish this because if we go back to Miami and some slip of it happened and we in a Game 7. Anything can happen. So we need to go and like we got our foot on their throat. It's time to go ahead and end it. Put them out their misery.
Here's where I'll say I'll disagree with you on that. Here's why I say it is over. You were mentioning that Miami was a terrible matchup for the Bucks. I didn't think that Miami was a terrible matchup for a healthy Bucks team. With Giannis being hurt the way I saw him limping around.
He had a triple-double, though.
During the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he did. But physically, he's not there. And then Drew Holiday, for some reason, pulls a Tony Romo.
Oh, yeah.
Does phenomenal things during the regular season. But when it counts, you shit the fucking bed.
Listen.
Like, there should be no reason that the Bucks are having a hard time because, number one, the Bucks are way bigger than the Magic. I mean, not the Magic, the Heat.
They are.
All right? So, let's say Giannis is hurt, Giannis isn't in the game. When Brooks Lopez first came into the league, he played with his back to the basket.
He was a 20-10. Easy. In the sleep. 20-10. Easy.
So, with a player like that, and you have a couple of shooters like that dirty-ass player, Allen, Connaughton. Okay. So you post a player like Brook up. Adebayo can't guard him. None of those small niggas on that fucking bench can guard him. You force them to double. That's going to open up one of your fucking shooters. I don't understand why these coaches don't go back to old school ball.
Miami does play discipline, though. Like, Miami does play discipline defense. You know what I mean? Because that's the one, like, Adebayo can't stop Giannis. But he's the one dude in the league that, like, he has enough size and strength to, like, kind of make it hard for him. Because you're not stopping him. Like, ain't nobody stopping nobody in the NBA. With these rules, ain't nobody stopping nobody. But just make it a little bit tough. My thing with Milwaukee is, why did they call a timeout, bro? In that 11-0 run, why did they call a timeout? Jimmy Butler, why are you not trapping Jimmy in the back court? Like, why is Jimmy the one doing this? Like, you know, he's obviously on fire.
He's the only one.
With Hero being hurt.
That was doing anything.
With Tyler being hurt.
With Hero.
It's Jimmy, and he literally put the team on his back. Like, I stopped watching the game, bro. I thought it was over. And you texted me, you fucking serious is that? I was like, what are you talking about? I saw the score, and I'm like, they came back and won?
Dude, I saw the run happening live, and I'm like, what the fuck? How are you up by so much and allow one dude? He finished with 56 fucking points, bro. You know, fuck Giannis's triple-double, all injured and fucked up. Jimmy dropped 56 fucking points.
Gets up on three. Good! Why not? Jimmy Butler has done it again. Butler. Long shot. Good! Or he's going to get an easy lay-in. This is the one they called a long two for Butler. So that's why you attack early here.
56
That's
fucking
insane.
points.
That's insane, man.
The rest of the Heat did absolutely
Yeah, they
shit.
didn't do anything.
Then you go, flip it back to the
Boom.
Bucks. Triple-double.
Lopez had
Giannis.
30-something. Lopez played big.
Lopez has 30-something. Drew had what, 10 points?
Drew and Middleton, like,
What
they're
did we-
not,
What did,
they're not, yeah.
like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Especially with Giannis, like,
With
compromised to a degree. It's time for them other dude. Because you look at the squads, bro. Miami is nowhere near as talented as Milwaukee, talent-wise. Like, but Miami has that thing, man. And Spoelstra is a phenomenal coach. Not taking nothing away from Buzz and Milwaukee, but like he's done this over the years. Like he be doing shit, and he'd be like, "What is he doing?"
Yeah.
Like
Spoelstra is our, I shouldn't say our, today's Pat Riley.
Yeah.
I got to watch Pat Riley coach growing up, so he's today's Pat Riley.
He's got Pat right upstairs. Like he coaches it the same way, and like they play. Like, Miami plays discipline, and, like, I always feel like every year they're playing above their weight. Like, Jimmy Butler's a beast. We know that. But, like, Adebayo never plays to his ability. With Hero hurt, Oladipo, shit, speaking of, man, oh, my God, Oladipo going down again. I think he's got to retire at this point. Like,
he has to, man.
His knees just can't take it no more. Like, he literally was just in the air and is like, he stepped wrong and he just flew. God, I feel for him, man. I love Victor Oladipo. I never understood when the Magic traded him.
I do too, because the Magic.
I never understood why they did that.
Yeah, the Magic drafted him. The Magic been known to make stupid moves, but
speaking of,
they're on the right path
Paolo
now.
Banchero, man, congratulations! He just was announced the Rookie of the Year today, which was not a shock.
Oh, my
dude. Kid had the best rookie season in a long time. Like, he's going to be special.
I mean, I know he's a grown man, but he was playing like a grown man.
Yeah, he really was. That's what I mean. I know you love your Magic, bro. They're ahead of schedule, because I felt like they'd be like they're a lottery team, but I thought they'd be like Houston, kind of bad. They weren't that bad, bro. They were in the play-in hunt the last week of the season. Like, they got eliminated like 2 days before the season ended. Like, they're tough.
And we had Boston's number.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Mitch. Yeah. Fuck Boston, homie.
Oh, speaking of,
we had their
Boston, they're about to finish this series up. If Embiid is healthy, I think Philly's gonna beat Boston. And part of me is wanting that to happen as a Heat fan. I'm not afraid of Boston, but Boston is the worst matchup for us. Like, and we play them every year in the playoffs. I'm over it. And it's looking like if we finish this series off in Milwaukee and New York finishes Cleveland off, Jimmy in the Garden, stop it, man. Jimmy might go for 60. Jimmy might go for 60. Now, Jalen Brunson's a beast. I'm not taking nothing away from the Knicks. They're doing something I didn't think they were capable of doing, because they're like...
Where do I remember seeing Brunson before the Knicks? Was it Dallas?
Yes, Dallas dropped the ball.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they're kicking themselves in the ass, because I kind of see Brunson as a better pair to Luka than Kyrie.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah. And they could have signed Brunson before his contract was up, like his rookie extension. But once he hit free agency, it was a foregone conclusion he's going to New York. Like, his pops, like the Knicks hired his pops as a assistant coach. Like, he was going to New York at that point. But they could have had him for the cheap if they just gave him the contract, going into his final year. But I mean, Dallas has a history these last few, like with Luka, they have a history of like doing dumb shit. Because like the Porzingis trade didn't work, but Porzingis looks pretty good in Washington. You didn't keep Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson looks pretty good in New York. You get Kyrie, and listen, Kyrie is Kyrie's a beast. I'm a fan. He don't fit with Luka. That don't make no sense.
No.
Like that does like Kyrie and KD, that made sense. Kyrie and LeBron, that kind of stuff makes sense. Kyrie with another ball dominant, like I don't want to say weak defender, but like not strong defender. Like Kyrie would be good with like Paul George or something, or like Kawhi or somebody. You know what I mean? Like a two-way cat like that, like Giannis. Like Kyrie in Milwaukee would be disgusting. I'd take Kyrie in Miami, put him with Jimmy. I mean, I don't know I don't know what his mentality, how that would work with Spoelstra and Pat Riley. I'll worry about that.
They don't mess around.
But I wouldn't mind the buckets.
They don't mess around
because Kyrie can give you buckets. And that's really what Miami needs. They need another dude that can go get you 20. Like Tyler Hero is cool, and I'm a huge fan of Tyler Hero, and I wish he was. And I feel like if he was in this series, and not to speak ill of the Milwaukee Bucks, if Tyler Hero doesn't get hurt in Game 1, I think they might sweep them. With the way that the Bucks have been playing this, the one game they won, Giannis sat out, and I feel like Miami just, I don't know, probably like feeling the effects of like Tyler being hurt, Giannis is out. We probably got this one, and they got smoked, But I don't know, man. I'm excited. I'm excited about Game 5.
I am painfully going to say that Miami is going to win that series. And I don't hate Miami.
No.
Being living in Florida for 23 years, I am a Magic fan. There are certain Florida teams that I do support, Miami being one of them. I did not support Miami when LeBron was on the team.
Oh, that was my golden years. I mean,
I know that was your golden years.
I'm still a little bit mad at LeBron for leaving too. Like, part of me is a little bit salty about that.
Who knows? I might feel differently about LeBron had he gone to the Magic and did things with the Magic, but he chose poorly and went to Miami.
He said he would never.
So fuck you,
He
LeBron.
said if he got traded to the Magic, he would retire. He has you know what though? He got traumatized from the bubble.
He has beef.
Like the bubble traumatized him, and I get it. That was weird. 2020 was a weird year, in all aspects.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Now, and to another series. To speaking of LeBron, he has an admirer in Dillon Brooks.
I feel like we talk about this dude for nothing basketball related. Everybody's talking about him.
It's never
basketball related.
Yeah. He just recently he said that the fans and the media have painted him a villain. Did
you see the clip of him early this season, or it might have been before the season? Talking about, I'm Dillon the villain, but he was embracing the villain role. But it's like, the media made you a villain, bro. You've been doing villainous activity. Who's making you a villain? You play like a villain.
You're the dirtiest player in the league, next to Patrick Beverley.
Oh, I think he's worse. I think he's way worse.
Yeah, I'd probably. Yeah, I agree with you there. You're just a scumbag, dude. Now, there was where was it where there's something that they called a technical foul on Giannis for doing. Oh, look at LeBron and look at LeBron and Dillon spending some time together.
Hey.
Look at these guys.
That's about right, bro. He punched
does.
LeBron in the penis, man. That was crazy.
Yep.
In very recent memory, we've seen Draymond Green adjudicated for his history. And Dillon Brooks led the league with 18 technical fouls, obviously led to a suspension in the course of the regular season. That looks like a direct shot.
Honestly, I don't think he should have got ejected for that. But I feel like they had to eject him because they just ejected James Harden for doing the same thing. Which I don't know.
Like, with Dillon, every time I watch that clip, you see, it looks like he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did it to hurt him or he did it to cop a feel. Because then I think what was it where I think Dillon Brooks has scored a basket and he was like giving LeBron the stare down, and the refs don't call it, like, but Giannis does it, and I mean the whistles don't stop blowing.
Listen,
and the way Dillon did it, like Dillon was in his face.
This is what the thing with Dillon Brooks is. He's talking about LeBron, like he's even on LeBron's radar. Like, dude, nobody knows, like, outside of you talking and the crazy stuff you wear to the arena, like, nobody even cares about what you do out here, bro. If anything, you're hurting.
Didn't he show up in a dress too?
Oh, he'd be showing up in wild shit. But he hurts their team when he's on the floor. Like, he even makes the Grizzlies worse when he's out there. This is facts, bro. Like,
yeah,
I guess, like, okay, I can see if he was like a lockdown defender, because like Pat Bev is not like a lockdown defender, but at least Pat Bev like plays defense. Like when Dillon Brooks is guarding people,
I'll give his dirty ass there.
Like when Dillon Brooks is guarding people, they tend to score more. Like they tend to get better looks. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't understand. Like, and we've been talking about Memphis a lot on this pod. I'm very like, I wanted to see a good series, and I don't necessarily want the Lakers to win. I'm not like a Laker fan or anything, but I thought the Grizzlies were good in the West. That's what they've been saying all year. They've been talking shit like they are the defending champs. And this is 2 years in a row. They're going to be out early after having a high seed, losing to a lower seed. This is 2 years straight of this. So I'm like, what's the quote going into next year? Are y'all still good in the West? You can't make it out. You made it out of the first round last year. You got beat in the second. You can't even make it out the first round this year. Because I feel like that series is over. Like, I feel like the Miami-Milwaukee one, like that could go 6. This one's done. Like, LA's going to Memphis and they're going to finish it off. Like, Memphis not winning. And shout out to Ja, man. Ja came back. He hooping. He doing his part. But
with a bad hand. With a bad hand.
But that Laker team, man, they're disciplined.
With a bad hand.
You got LeBron grabbing 20 boards, man. Like, that's crazy. Like, and they really miss Steven Adams, bro. Like, they really miss Steven Adams. I didn't realize how much they really miss him.
Who's the what's he, half Japanese, half black?
Rui
on the Lakers.
Hachimura. Yeah, Rui.
I was getting ready to say Sakamura.
Hey, Rui.
Hopefully that's not offensive.
Rui getting buckets, man.
Rui's balling. Oh man, he's balling, dude.
Austin Reeves is balling.
He's balling. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how long has Reeves been in the league?
I think this is like his second year. I ain't gonna lie though.
Oh, so he's a young fella.
When he hit that 1 3, he's hitting them threes, and he start yelling, "I'm him." I'm like, come on, bro, take it easy. Like, I get it. I know you're balling right now, but are you him, Austin? Are you? I mean, maybe you are. And so far he's been him.
Hey, look,
he was telling the world that.
If he needs to tell himself that to ball out, hey man, you are him, bro.
I think he already feels it. He's letting the rest of us know, like, I'm him. Like, hey, I can't dispute it.
Like, you know,
you're getting buckets right now, so yeah, he must be him. Hey.
Like, you know, I'm not a LeBron fan, but I hate Memphis more.
I feel you.
So I am willing to root for the Lakers in this one.
I wanted Memphis to win.
I know the Lakers are going to knock us out.
You know why I wanted Memphis?
Really?
Because I wanted Golden State, because I think Golden State will win their series, and I wanted Golden State to beat Memphis again. But it's kind of satisfying for them to be out in the first round too, especially with all the shit talking.
Yes,
it's satisfying. Hopefully, this humbles,
especially with Dillon Brooks being a piece of shit.
And he, like, I realize he has to like do stuff like this to keep his name relevant, but it's like, this ain't it, bro. Or at least stop shooting. At the very least, just stop shooting the ball.
Yeah.
Because you're hurting your team by shooting. Desmond Bane, like, speaking of that last game, Desmond Bane balled his ass off. Like, he did his thing.
Yeah.
But they really miss Steven Adams.
Like, man. I like Bane, I like Bate and I like the Jackson
Yeah,
kid.
I like Triple J. Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
good. Now, you mentioned the Golden State Warriors.
Mhm.
Senor Draymond
Mm.
Green. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't believe he should have been ejected.
No.
I believe the bitch-made motherfucker that was holding his leg, you deserve to get your chest
We're talking about
stomped on.
Domantas.
And
Domantas Sabonis.
you know, because he's been, you know, from every clip that you can see in the series, you can see that he's been trying to bait Draymond the whole time. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you should give in and, you know,
Mhm.
do some shit like that. But look, man, you're going to eject him and not eject that fucking motherfucker for doing all that shit he's been doing throughout the whole series? Like, Draymond let him off easy with that little chest bump. I'd have tried to Spartan kick his ass through the fucking
I'll
court.
say this. I'll give you a perfect analogy. So, you remember when Giannis got hurt, right? Going up for that layup against Kevin Love. Now, if Giannis didn't fall that way and he jumped up and like Kevin Love grabbed him and he stepped on him, I don't think they throw Giannis out that game. Not because he's Giannis,
No.
he's one of the faces of the league, because he don't have a history. Draymond's got a history of
No.
kicking people in the nuts, punching teammates. Him and Bradley Beal got into it once. You know,
Yeah.
he kicks people in the nuts. He steps on people's chests, punches his teammates. Like Draymond going Draymond. That's essentially what it means.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again, another one.
And if anything, eject both of them.
Oh, yeah. Sabonis is not innocent because he was definitely, and I hate when people are like, oh, he was just covering up. No, he wasn't. He was holding Draymond's leg. So
He was hugging his leg.
he was holding him so he couldn't make the play.
Yeah, we have this, like, he was hugging his fucking legs.
He
Like,
was holding on to him.
what are you trying to do, bro? What are you trying to do? Is that your idea of foreplay? Like, what were you trying to do on the court,
I
buddy?
think he was like, it looked like he was trying to stop him getting down the court.
So, like, boom. Here it is. Did we miss the chest stomp?
Look how he's laid out. Look how he's laid out.
Look how he's crying. Look how he's crying. If his chest hurt, he'd be holding his chest.
I love what Steph Curry said, though. He's like, I'm pretty sure he'll be all right. They're talking about, oh, he got x-rays after the game. Like, did he?
Yeah, he'll be all right. The bitch ass. Let's see this in slow-mo. See?
Hey, he started with Clay.
Mm-hmm. Look at him. Got his arms wrapped around him. He knew what he was doing. And that stomp wasn't even that bad.
But see, Draymond gotta know, though, I got a history.
They're watching
me.
Mhm.
So, man.
And pretty much anytime Draymond is on the court, he is the darkest motherfucker on the court. So you are going to be seen. The lights are on you, buddy.
Yeah.
You cannot be invisible.
And you got a history.
But-
You punching teammates, kicking people in the nuts, stomping on people's chests, calling your other teammates bitches. Like, you got a history of wild boy behavior. So I don't think he should have been
So that
suspended.
series is tied, right?
Yeah, it's tied
No, I
up.
don't think he
I
should
don't
have
think
been
he should have been suspended, but I understand, like, they're trying to set a precedent. Now, I will say, speaking of suspensions, Joel Embiid should have definitely been ejected for trying to kick Nick Claxton in the nuts. I mean, he didn't hit him, but he was aiming for it, though.
That's disappointing because, look, we've seen this before. We understand the taunting to go back. Look, he's standing over. It was just Walker. Boom. Yeah. And he was clapping. Watch, Claxton starts clapping. He's laughing right now. That's what it is.
And
Embiid's another one. I've never really been a fan of his.
man, he be doing some wild shit too, man.
So if Banchero got Rookie of the Year, did he already mention who the MVP was?
No, I think the MVP announcement's probably like next week. or the end of this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
Gotcha,
they're doing like
gotcha.
each award, like, you know, every week or whatnot. But like De'Aaron Fox in Sacramento, like he like fractured his index finger or something like that. I think he's gonna play, but if he's compromised, like they ain't got no shot because he's literally their best. And Sabonis is nice too. I'm not taking that away from him, but De'Aaron Fox is the engine of that. And if he's compromised, I mean, you know, I felt like Golden State was gonna win.
I was
the
going to
series
ask you, like,
anyway.
is Sacramento for real?
No, they are. They're definitely legit. They can definitely put up points. But if he's hurt, then that's that. I felt like Golden State was going to win the series anyway before the injury. But if he's hurt or if he's like compromised to a degree where he can't be effective, because it's on his shooting hand too. And, you know, like you need your digits to like, you know, handle and shoot a ball, pass. So we'll see. I mean, I was talking about this with a couple guys at work. Like, injuries are defining these playoffs, man. I know every year it's kind of like this.
Yeah, dude.
This year is like really defining it. Like, Giannis, like, dude, Milwaukee they're the favorite to win the title. They had the best record in the entire league.
Dude.
And they're a game away from elimination in the first round. Like, that's insane. You know?
When's their next game, dude?
Pretty sure it's tomorrow. Yeah. Pretty sure game 5 is tomorrow. Like I said, I feel like if I'm Miami, I'm going into this like we're down 3-1. Like, I don't want to we got to come back to Miami anyway at some point. I want to come back home to chill and wait for, you know, New York, Cleveland, instead of like having to come home and play another game. Because then you got pressure. Because you lose game 5, come back game 6. If you don't win game 6, game 7, you're probably not going to win. In Milwaukee with that crowd.
Man.
And we've seen Giannis turn into a superhuman when he's quote unquote hurt. Like, so don't give him.
They must give him some good drugs, man.
Don't give Giannis a chance to be superhuman. Hey, Giannis, if you ever see this, come on to Miami, bro.
Giannis, don't listen to that shit.
You'll be good.
Don't ever go to Giannis. Don't go to Miami.
Him and Jimmy Buckets.
Miami's polluted.
It is
Polluted.
but you don't have to live there. Just, you know, play for the Heat.
Nah, man, just come on down to Orlando.
You don't want to play.
We'll welcome
You
you.
don't want to play for Disney, man. You don't want to play for the Magic.
Hey, look, you don't worry about all that.
It used to be a destination, bro. You remember that? T-Mac and Grant Hill? Like, they used to be a free agent destination. Like, I think they're going to get back to that. Cats like Moncaro, man.
They were T-Mac and Grant Hill were probably the last big names the Magic saw.
Yeah.
You know, because once Shaq, Penny, and those dudes left, you know, those were probably the last. And, you know, Grant didn't do anything for us.
No, he didn't.
Grant didn't do a damn thing for us.
That's sad, too, man. Because Grant Hill, like, prior to the injuries, Detroit Grant Hill, he had the trajectory to be a top 10 player. Like, he was on that Jordan timeline. Like, yo, this dude is the best player in the league. He can do everything. He could defend. He could handle. His shot was getting nice. You know he could drive. Like, great. Like, him, Derrick Rose. There's just certain Tracy McGrady. Like, the injuries just dictated so much of what they could have been. And this sucks, man. Like, and it goes back to these playoffs. It's like, I don't know. Like, out East, it looks like the East is kind of setting up in a way for like Boston if Miami finishes it, and like Philly, what one of those three, or the Knicks. I'm not gonna sleep on the Knicks. I watched the Knicks game the other day. Hey, Cleveland's tough, man. Cleveland is good. They are very good, and the Knicks are handling them. Like, and Julius Randle's not even playing.
For me, I thought, and I look at it because I thought all Cleveland had was Mitchell.
Oh, well, yeah, Darius Garland. He was an all-star last year. Jared Allen, the Afro, like, good defensive player. Evan Mobley's young. Evan Mobley's going to be one of the best big men in the league, like, just based off of what he already can do, and he's only 20. Like, Cleveland, and I said this when they made the Donovan Mitchell trade, like, they're a year or two away. Like, this year is going to be a gelling year, and guys were in and out of the lineup. And JV Bickerstaff coached his ass off, too. Shout out to him. But they need another wing. Like, they need another, not even like a scorer. They just need a wing that can, like, not like a 3-and-D guy. Like, Josh Hart from the Knicks. Perfect kind of player for them. Hit big shots, hit threes, play tough defense. Because you got Donovan Mitchell who can go get you 50, 70, or whatever.
Easy.
Darius Garland can get you 25 to 30 a night. It's like he kept them in the game the other day, you know? And you got the bigs. So Cleveland, they're on their way. They built this the right way. Like, they're on their way. I just felt like this year wasn't going to be it anyway, you know?
So you got Golden State coming out of that series against Sacramento in the West?
Yeah. I got Golden State coming out. I think it's going, I could see it going 7. I think it's 6, though. Golden State can't win on the road. That's the only issue with them. Like, they have been terrible on the road this year. So if they can go into Sacramento and get one, that series is a wrap because Sacramento's not coming to Chase Center and winning anything. Like, not with the way Steph playing. Like, Steph hooping, you know. Like,
That's my dog right there.
Love Steph Curry.
That is my dog.
Shout out to the chef, man. Steph's that dude, man.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Feel free to like, subscribe. We appreciate
Yes, sir.
it.
And
This is Marcus. I'm Al.
yeah. Hey, man. It's been great.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining the lab.
Yes. Peace.